What's up, guys? We're back. I know we've probably not been missed at all. I'm AJ, and we're here with...
Colin, but I'm Deadpool.
Yeah, he got a new disguise for this week, because this is our first week back in like 2 weeks, I think, almost 3.
Yeah,
So,
we've been away for a little bit,
yeah,
so sorry to everyone,
yeah,
uh, you there,
yeah,
that
yeah,
you've missed us so much,
yeah.
but we're back and we're ready to party.
Oh, yeah. Now, over the past couple weeks, it seems like the internet has kind of started to fall apart. Now, realistically, I'd say it was coincidence, but because I think we should just be egotistical maniacs and say that we were like the glue holding the internet together. We're like, this podcast is just the glue that holds everything to its seams. I think that's what we're
It
going to
was,
go with.
as soon as we took a break, everything just started
Yeah.
falling down and like chaos ensued.
Yeah. So that's our narrative, and if you don't agree with it, then go fuck yourself, I guess. Um, but all right, so what's the first piece of drama that you want to talk about? Because I can't remember some
Um,
things. I can't remember if they happened before or after we left.
well, a lot of what's been happening has been happening for many years.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
true.
now, like in the last 2 weeks, everything's coming up again and going viral. Like everyone's talking about it now. I think the first one that kind of happened was the Dr.
Yeah.
Disrespect situation. I believe he was messaging minors
Yeah.
like inappropriately.
Yeah, I don't
So
know if we like have an exact age, like, because like a lot of people were trying to say, oh well, they were 17, but like I don't think there's any proof of that, and even if they were 17, that's still a minor, so
yeah,
it's wrong regardless, and I think that's what people don't get.
yeah, there's different laws for things, but like I think it's just universally you should agree that anything under 18 I think is a minor. So like I feel like that should be the way it is,
Yeah,
but some people that's a horrible joke. I'm not going to do that. But
yeah,
some laws are much lower, which is scary.
yeah.
Um
But
but
the crazy thing about the Doctor Disrespect thing is, I remember it happened in like 2021 or 2020, something like that, where I think he got banned off of Twitch or something like that, and no one knew what happened, and like basically life just went on for a while, and no explanation or anything until like 2 years later. So they kept this under the rug this entire time, and no one knew anything about it, and that's just so disgusting. Like,
yeah, the thing that's worse is that his like people at Twitch did know what was going on and they hid it from people
yeah,
just so he wasn't that much of a bad guy. I guess like why would you hide that?
yeah,
Like I don't understand that point. And I don't know all the facts. I vaguely through this situation, but
yeah,
from what I remember, it's not good.
yeah. And okay, so let's move on to another major thing that's happened, which probably should have been the first major thing. Is former President Donald Trump was almost assassinated. So that was insane. I don't know why I saw you laugh right there, Colin.
I don't know. I thought we weren't going to talk about that, so I'm a little
Oh, well,
concerned. But
yeah, you're
anyway,
right. I did mention before that we probably shouldn't get political, but just now I was like, well, why the fuck not? So, former
yeah,
President
well,
Donald Trump was shot in the ear. So that's kind of on. Wait, hold on, July 13th. So,
yeah, it's pretty crazy because we were at a party that day and we didn't know anything that
yeah,
was
very
going
big
on,
party.
and then I get home and I see the former president was almost assassinated.
Yeah,
That's insane.
yeah,
Like, and like it's definitely sad someone did pass away after this incident, and a few others were injured. But so respect to them. But
yeah. We're not gonna say
this,
which political party we're on, but there's no
I'm,
there's huh
huh?
huh
Huh?
huh.
Anyway, so to see any assassination attempt these days is insane to me because I feel like it hasn't happened in like what 40
Yeah,
years,
I never
maybe.
thought. Yeah, I didn't like. We've never lived through a assassination attempt of a president before, so I mean, it's kind of. Well,
No.
I mean, people have, but not us. So,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Um, but there's no room for violence in politics, of course, but
Yeah,
what a
yeah, no
crazy
room
time
for.
we're living
Anyway, yeah, no room for violence in
in. Yeah.
politics.
There's only room for violence in everyday life. So if you want to go up and punch someone, then do it,
Yeah,
but
there's
like,
nothing stopping you
yeah, like if you want to walk
for
up,
the law.
sucker punch someone. I'm a full advocate for the sucker punch every now and then. Be a coward every once in a while. But what's another? Colin, you bring up. What's another piece of drama or
Um,
internet shit
well,
shit that you want to talk about?
once again, not to get political, but recently Biden also dropped out of the presidential race.
Mm.
It's weird we only talk about U.S. politics. It's almost like we've never left the United States.
Well, we could. You want to
Regardless of
talk
that,
about the British Parliament or something?
I don't know what's happening.
You should know. Um, Very important things are happening.
I could care less about the royal family. I'm going to be honest
Yeah,
with you.
honestly, same. But anyway, another piece of drama that, well, not again, some of this stuff, it's not even really drama, it's just crimes. So I'm sure everyone has heard of the Cody Co situation, and I was kind of hesitant to talk about this after all of the news broke, because I didn't apparently this has been going on for years, but it didn't break until recently. So basically, there are allegations against Cody Co that are saying he had sex with Tana Mojo when she was a minor, 17, and he was 25. Now that is backed up by accounts from Gabby Hanna, who claims that she saw them making out, told him she was 17, and he still had sex with her anyway. So again, we're not going to go fully into the evidence. The only reason that I don't want to go too in depth into this is because literally everyone has talked about it, and it's to the point where one of the first people to make a video that became popular was D'Angelo Wallace, and then after that, before that, it was popular for again, it's been going on for years, but it didn't really get popular until 2 weeks ago. He made the video, and then after that, commentary channels started pouring out these videos, and it's just it gets to be there's one thing doing coverage for it, and then there's another thing doing it where it seems like you're doing it for monetization and money, using other people's dramas for views and clicks.
Yeah, well, two things: we don't make any money off of this podcast,
Yeah.
and another, this is what podcasts do. We talk about stuff that happened a week ago, so we could try and stay relevant, but we know we're not.
Oh no, I'm
and
not
we're
talking
gonna
about
die
us.
alone.
I'm talking about
And
other
it's
people
okay.
who've made H3, I think, has made 4 different podcast episodes where he puts their name in the title. Cody Co situation has gotten worse. And there's multiple channels like that keep making videos with that title, and it's just it's so obvious that okay, yeah, coverage is important, but making repetitive coverage of a subject where you don't even add that much information each video is just okay, it's kind of getting to a point where it seems like you're doing it for money. Obviously, it's important to cover it, and I think D'Angelo Wallace's video did a perfect job of that. There has been some updates recently, but most of that stuff, I don't really know if it warrants a whole nother 3 videos for it. You know what I mean? He DJ'd at a club, and there was a big update that he had relations with, or he had a relationship with another minor. I don't know too much about that, but that would be important to make another video about. But
yeah,
I don't know, dude. Cody Co.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting all around.
Yeah.
And the thing that is kind of worse, and I see people arguing about this on the internet, him not making any announcement about it, or I guess apology video.
Yeah.
What does he have to apologize for? He straight up did it. Well, allegation wise, he did it, and you can't say sorry for that.
Well,
you can't
I
apologize.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just saying, it happened, what, 8 years ago? I don't remember. Yes, it's illegal, and yes, I think it is definitely wrong, but what does he have to say for it now? Especially after he's kept his mouth shut for a week after all this started coming up again. I think it's probably better for him to just stay quiet and never show his face on the internet again. Like,
I mean, I get what you're saying, but like I kind of disagree. I think you're looking at it from like a logical standpoint, from what he could do for his career, but from like a human morality standpoint, I think he as soon as they started coming out again, he should have made a statement saying, "Yes, I did it." Please, because his fans were sending hate to Tana. He should have made a statement saying, "Yes, I did it," and don't send hate to her. She's not to blame. I take a full accountability. Would he have gotten probably legal repercussions? Yeah. Would he have suffered consequences? Yeah. But from a moral standpoint, that's what he should have done. Because
oh yeah,
by
from a moral
keeping
standpoint, absolutely. But if a criminal is going to do something like that, do you really think they're going to say that they did it?
I don't. I think they should. You know, I don't know. I don't think they. I don't think he'll ever say anything. But I definitely think he. Like at this point, him saying anything would just. It would just be like, well, why now? Like, would it be good that he said something? Yeah, but he should have said something as soon as it came out and as soon as people were victim blaming Tana. You know.
Well, there's a big difference between should and would.
Yeah.
So like, it's a bad situation all around, and like it sucks. But
yeah, I just like it. It's really fucked up, and like the fact it's really sickening because he know. Well, okay, I guess we technically have to say allegedly because nothing has been legally proven. But allegedly, let's say he did do it. He knows for a fact that it happened. So he's been sitting there watching her get hate and watching it get popular while continuously uploading content. That is sickening. The fact that he was just sitting there while it all happened, just watching her get victim blamed and all that shit while doing nothing. You know, I think.
And then he goes around and makes videos trashing people on the internet doing disgusting things like he didn't do it himself.
There's a clip of him and Noel Miller on their podcast where I think they're talking about Jerry Seinfeld dating a 17-year-old when he was 35. And Cody's all like, ew, like you shouldn't, like, or Noel's like, you should not have feelings like that towards a 17-year-old as a fully adult person. And Cody's like, yeah. And I'm like, damn.
And he's like all twitchy and stuff, and like he's like acting very strange. Like, that's not normal behavior, especially for an internet star that's been in front of a camera for I can't tell you how long. Mm-hmm. That's definitely suspicious.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think by his silence and by everything that, you know, came out, I think he did it. We can't legally say that for sure, but I don't know, it's just disgusting. And then you have what he did at that when he was DJing at that club or something, and he actually remixed "Sorry" by Justin Bieber. That is just absolutely diabolical. Like, he's disgusting, man.
I guess the only thing we can hope for now is either his wife divorces him and he never sees his child again, and or someone finds him in public and kills him.
Yeah.
That would be great.
That's another thing that people have been doing is, like, they've been going after his wife and like, going on his wife's Instagram and shit-talking her and also shit-talking the child. Now, under no circumstance should the child have been a subject to, you know, being shit-talked, because...
Talking about sins of the father.
Yeah, like, that child was not even a thought in anyone's mind when this crime happened. Like, that's just completely inexcusable. But, and like, even, okay, so there's like two points of view that people are saying. Like, one point is Kelsey, or because his wife's name is Kelsey, so I guess we'll just call her that. She had to have known. She's married to him and has been with him for a while, so she had to have known about this. Especially because it has been on the internet before, but it just wasn't as popular, I'm guessing. And then there's another group of people who are like, well, I mean, just because you're married does not mean you know every single detail about your spouse's past. So, and I agree with that. Like, you know, like, you can be married to someone for years and not know every single thing about their past. Then again, it was on the internet for a while, but again, not a lot of people have heard about it, even though it's been on the internet. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really think it's fair of them to really harass her either, because they don't know for sure if she knew. So,
Yeah, the only thing I think would be acceptable in that situation is if she was trying to defend him
yeah,
after all this evidence came out, then she probably had something to play in it.
yeah,
Or not like the initial thing, but like hiding it further.
yeah,
Then okay, I can understand the hate. But if she didn't know and she didn't like make a statement on it, that's not her fault.
yeah.
She didn't know. It happened, I don't know, however long before they met or got married. I don't know. AJ just got me into Cody Co like a month ago.
Yeah, I felt
So
really
screw
bad.
you for doing that.
Yeah,
But I'm just kidding. But like, his whole situation, but like, I don't think she had anything to do with hiding this. She just didn't know, and now it's coming out. And like, what do you do in that situation? You're the spouse of someone who has allegations of having relations with a minor.
mm,
Like, I mean, the only one I can think of is divorce and never talk to them again.
yeah,
But like, you don't know in that situation, so it is hard, I
yeah.
think.
So like, I don't put any hate onto her. Full hate on Cody. Shame on him. And like I said, like not only did he do the crime, which is completely disgusting and horrible, and he should have been punished, but then like he sits back, knows he did if he did it, which again we have to say that when I think it's like O.J. Simpson at this point. Everyone knows he pretty much did it based on the evidence, but still not legally confirmed yet.
I
So
thought you were an OJ denier.
well, I do that as I say OJ didn't do it to piss people off, like you, for example.
I can never tell with you.
Yeah.
One day you're
Obviously
like,
he.
OJ did it. Oh no, OJ couldn't do it. He was great, man.
I always. In all seriousness, OJ was guilty as sin to some degree. Whether he actually killed them or if he had someone kill them, I don't know. But anyway, like we have to
I
say,
feel like I feel like running from the cops was the biggest giveaway out of anything. Like there was a lot of discrepancies with the evidence,
mhm,
but that police chase, like that's a dead bringer at that point.
yeah,
But that happened 40 years ago. We
yeah,
don't need to
and
talk
yeah.
about that.
But like we have to say allegedly. Allegedly, if he did it, to sit back and know what you did and watch the victim come, or Tana, who would be the victim in this scenario, come forward and talk about it and see your fans hate on her because they think she's lying, and to just not do anything for like weeks and continue uploading videos and then just leaving, that's just completely cowardly and disgusting.
Yeah.
But I don't know, dude, like it seems to be the summer of exposing pedophiles on the internet, because
I
there was
mean,
another
it
situation. Sorry, go ahead.
it happens a lot. It's just, now we're noticing again, like it's just one after the other in the last like 2 3 weeks. Like
Yeah, but
it's nothing sacred anymore.
no. There's also Mr. Beast drama. Now, I'm not too well versed in that. All I know is
I am a little bit
I'll let
versed in
you
it. I
explain
do
it.
understand. So I think the first thing that happened was the Ava Chris Tyson situation. Apparently, they were involved. I'm just trying to be as respectful as possible. So I'm just gonna say whatever I have to. But Ava Chris Tyson was involved in a Discord server with minors and supposedly, allegedly posted lots of like sexual content and like disturbing things like that to these minors, teenage boys. I think one of them was 13. I don't remember, so don't quote me on that. And this is all on the internet. Like you can go to YouTube and find people that are way more better at this talking about it than us. But stay for us.
Yeah.
But so they're involved in this Discord server with minors, sexual content, gross. And then apparently Ava Chris Tyson posted a few years back, I think, like maybe last year or the year before, saying they were retired or I guess, retiring or quitting from the Mr. Beast team. Well, Mr. Beast, his team just recently put out a post after all these allegations came up again, saying that they were kicked off of the team. So there's a discrepancy there.
Yeah.
I'm going to lean more towards the Mr. Beast team because they're the official ones. I don't know. And I don't know the full situation, so don't hate me on that. But so that happened, and then a lot of people started saying, "Oh, Mr. Beast knew, Jimmy knew, like they were best friends for so many years, like he had to have known." And I don't know that far. Like, there's so many different people saying different things that it's really hard to grasp what the real situation is. So I take everything with a grain of salt and just kind of work it from there. But I'm also not like a detective, so I don't need to know anything. Regardless. So Jimmy's getting a lot of hate now. And I mean, it's been going on since his channel started. Like, everyone's always trying to find a way to cancel Mr. Beast. And this is, I feel like, the first time that I'm really seeing a lot of it, because I don't know what he would do in this situation. Like, they put out a statement which was very corporate. Like, it was on his social, like the Mr. Beast, I think it was on Twitter or X. And but the statement seemed very like legal and not Jimmy. So a lot of people were saying like it was his team that wrote it. But then one of his former employees came out recently and put out a video exposing Mr. Beast of faking a lot of his content. And at first I was kind of annoyed. Like, he was pointing things out, like the explosions, like the CGI explosions were fake in his videos, which I was like, did no one realize that like he's had explosions in other videos that I think were real, like his fireworks and whatever. But then the few times where like it would cut to like something happening, or like he'd throw something behind him and then it would explode.
Yeah.
That seems obviously fake to me. I don't know how someone thinks that's real, but that felt kind of stupid. And then he said like there was a raccoon in one episode, and he said that was a paid actor, which I get that you're trying to make a video exposing Mr. Beast and you're on YouTube, so you kind of have to make it funny.
Yeah.
But putting in jokes where serious things need to be said, like, okay, maybe it wasn't a wild raccoon, but saying it was a paid actor just sounds stupid to me and kind of satirical.
Yeah.
But later in the video, he did. I don't remember his name, so I'm sorry for that. But AJ, if you want to try and look for that video, I think it was the one that you sent me. Just to get his name, I guess.
Yeah.
But later in the video, he started saying things like the contestants on Mr. Beast games, Mac, for example, he's been a recent like big name in the channel. Apparently, he was in a video years ago where he was like the first one out of like a last to leave the circle challenge, which I didn't realize that. So that was kind of interesting to see. And then suddenly he made his debut years later after that video. And like so many other things of Mr. Beast, like helping contestants, like his boys versus girls challenge, he helped the girls a lot where he didn't really help the boys a lot to give them that
the
advantage.
Guy's name is Dogpack404, by the way. The guy who made the video.
There we go. So check out his video on it. He was the former employee, Mr. Beast, but I'm just giving a rundown of it real quick. And so basically, a lot of what he said seemed to be factual, and like he put little evidence into it. Like on that boys versus girls video, a lot of the girls on the team were from Mr. Beast, like staff. So these weren't like random subscribers or random people that he found. These were people that he picked from his own team to work in it. And I think even his girlfriend was in it, which was interesting. Jimmy's girlfriend. So like, there's a lot of fakery, I guess, going on with some of his videos. And then one of his survival videos, the raft for 24 hours or whatever, apparently there was a shot in it where like you don't see anyone in the tent, you don't see anyone on the raft at all, and then like 5 minutes later, they're all pouring out of the tent. So that seems pretty good evidence to me. And so like yeah, he fakes some of his videos. The only thing that really bothers me is some of the fake like contests or the giveaways where like you have to pay money, and then during one of his live streams of like signing t-shirts, he kept like messing up the timing for it. So like maybe Mr. Beast isn't the greatest guy on earth that we've seen, but he also does a lot of I'm gonna mess this word up, philanthropy work, which I mean I've not watched much of it, but it seems to me like he's still doing a lot with his money. It's just he might not be doing it in the best of ways on his main channel. So say what you will about faking stuff. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, it's funny you actually say that, how he might not be the worst person and faking videos is not good, but, you know, he could be worse. It's funny, well, not funny, but there's actually some evidence that shows that he was in the Discord server that Chris was messaging minors in. I can't remember what the evidence was exactly that proved that that Discord account was his, but I think it was pretty much proven that that account belonged to him. So, if he was a part of that group chat or that Discord server where he was messaging minors and he just flat out lied recently saying he wasn't, that is really not a good look. Number one, he was in a server where minors were being inappropriately talked to and didn't say anything. And also, he lied about it. So, I don't know, dude. Maybe, I think he might be worse than just faking videos. I don't know exactly. I don't know if anything's been proven yet. But
like it's just been a sad week, man.
Yeah. And then Penguin or Moist Critical, Charlie, whatever you refer to him as, people have been trying to put him in drama. The first time was actually also a Mr. Beast video. There was like some challenge with YouTubers. I think you saw it, right? Didn't you watch it?
I watched it. It was like a bunch of YouTubers in a box or whatever. Like it was a good video.
I never watched Mr. Beast, so I don't know anything about him really.
I watch him just like it's funny to me, and like that's an argument a lot of people are saying real quick about Mr. Beast is that like it's for the content, it's for entertainment purposes, and to a point I can agree with that. And like you're never gonna have 100% real games, I think. So it's just more of the fantasy of it. Yeah. So if you don't like it, stop watching him. If you do like it, continue watching him. If you're worried that he has allegations on him, stop watching him. I don't know what else to say, really.
Yeah.
It's all a matter of opinion, and if there's any real evidence coming out, I don't know all the evidence, so I'm going to be cautious with it. But also, I don't care that much. Like, well, that sounds bad. I do care. If there's allegations against him that are really real, then I'll stop watching him. But it's a matter of opinion and how much you care about what's going on behind the scenes. Anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, so Moist Critical was in one of these like challenges, the one about the YouTubers in the box, and he ran into Logan Paul. And basically they just started talking, and Logan Paul was like, yeah, you talk smack about me on the internet or whatever. Not really confrontational. And Critical was just kind of like, yeah, well, you know, in all reality, I'm a fan of Prime Energy. Could have easily been sarcasm. I don't really know. But people are all like, oh my god, he's a keyboard warrior, and he doesn't talk shit in person. I'm like, okay, but Logan Paul wasn't outwardly confrontational, in my opinion. So why would he be confrontational back? Like, why would he just start talking shit to someone who didn't really say anything for him to begin with at that point? Like, that's just not how the real world works. You don't just, oh yeah, I disagree with some of the stuff this guy does, and see him in person and immediately start talking shit. That's just not how reality is. Like, it wasn't, from what I remember, he wasn't trying to be buddy-buddy with him. I mean, maybe I could see how it could be taken that way with what he said about Prime Energy, but that also could have been sarcasm. But
It was just kind of like a cordial conversation. Like, oh my God, they're adults. They're talking like how adults should.
yeah,
Why did they need to yell at each other?
yeah,
Like, I
it's
don't know.
they have issues with each other because of internet drama. Like if you run into someone you have internet issues with in real life, like let's say you don't agree with something they did online, you're not necessarily going to try to fight them in real life because they talk to you. Like that's just not how it works in the real world. That's not how logical people think. Like if Logan Paul didn't say anything rude to him in that moment, I don't understand. There's no reason why he should have been rude to him. Like
Yeah,
he
like
didn't.
you can be enemies, but still respect each other enough to have a cordial conversation, I
Yeah,
think, you know.
yeah. Like I don't know. I think that was blown out of proportion.
Oh, yeah.
There was another piece of drama he was in recently. I don't know enough about that. I don't even really want to talk that much about it.
Yeah, no, I don't want to get into that too much. I don't think, like, regardless of what he said, I don't think he should be getting hate over it. Like, it was a conversation. It was a strange conversation at that. But, you know, and I don't really know. But I'm not going to say anything to make this sound bad. But, like, I don't think people need to get that worked up over what he said versus, you know, people who are literally talking sexually to
Yeah,
minors.
people who are actually committing crimes are getting
Yeah.
mad at him for this.
Like,
And like
oh my God,
again,
he had a
yeah,
controversial take on something. We need to kill him, but the literal pedos walking around, we need to defend them.
yeah.
I'm really confused on that
Like
one.
I'm not a huge Moist Critical fan for no particular reason. I used to watch him a lot, but I don't. I just don't anymore. I don't know if his content has changed or maybe my taste in content has changed. Who knows?
You're
But
gonna get flamed for that one.
I don't. I don't care. I mean,
No one watches this. It's
yeah. I mean, I don't really care. That's just my opinion. That's just like my opinion.
oh my God, you can't keep quoting the Big Lebowski.
Why not?
You weren't even born when that movie was made.
Yeah, well, I fucking want to, Colin. So try to stop me.
Okay, sir.
Okay, that's a little rude
Anyway,
calling me sir. But
what else
anyway,
has happened in the last few weeks?
yeah.
I'm trying to think. I guess nothing else.
I went to a Luke Combs concert.
It's disgusting, AJ.
You know, I am ashamed that I went to a country concert as a not country fan, but he wasn't as bad as I thought he was gonna be. I wouldn't consider myself a fan now, but like if my girlfriend wanted to listen to Luke Combs, I would. I guess I'd have to.
You're just saying that because she watches this
No,
podcast. You hate
no.
Luke
That's
Combs.
not what I've.
You
No,
hate. You told me you hate Luke Combs.
I did hate. I do hate Luke Combs, but I hate him less now.
You liar.
I'm not a liar. He put on a decent show. Was it the best show I've ever been to? No, but overall the experience was fun. It was a fun time. Got to eat Chick-fil-A before, and then got to eat a cold Chick-fil-A sandwich after, and that was fun. My girlfriend borrowed my phone and decided to take 500 videos and pictures because her phone had ran out of storage. So that was very mentally irritating, or very mentally trying and annoying to me. Especially because she took an hour-long video of the concert and didn't splice it up at all, and iMessage won't let me send it. So that sucks. Now I got that piece of shit. I got that fucking hour-long video on my phone for no reason. I got 20 blurry pictures of Luke Combs on the stage. Well, actually, no, 20, more like 40. But it's okay. It was fun. But, man, now my storage is fucked 3 ways to Sunday. So that's irritating. But UFC tomorrow. Corey Sandhagen versus Umar Nurmagomedov. It's going to be a great event. I'm not going to be able to watch it, but it's going to be an excellent... Okay. It's going to be an excellent event. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm rooting Tony Ferguson. Hopefully we'll get a win. He's on a 7-fight losing streak, it's like tied for most in the UFC lightweight division. Let's hope he pulls through and gets a dub. If he doesn't, well, then that's going to be really sad. But anyway, Colin, is there anything you want to talk about? Perhaps like a top 5 list?
I'm gonna be at a dunk tank Saturday. I'm gonna be in the dunk tank, so I'm gonna throw insults at people while they try and knock me into the water.
Wait, what do you mean a dunk tank? Dunk tank?
Like a giant tank of water where you sit on a
that, but
seat.
Why?
Huh?
But why though?
It's for my dad's work.
Nice.
That does not sound right. It's at a restaurant, and it's supposed to be like they're doing this like watermelon day thing. Apparently, what I think was today's the third, August 3rd. Oh wait, it's Saturday's tomorrow. Jeez, tomorrow the 3rd is like National Watermelon Day. I don't know why they picked this of all days to do. Like, I think Jeff Goldblum Day would have been a way better idea. Play Jeff Goldblum movies all day. It would have been amazing. But regardless, they did that. They're doing that, and they're doing a dunk tank for some reason, and then like a bunch of food with watermelon in it. Now, I feel like it would just be a better idea to just have watermelon. Like, I don't know why you need to make all these crazy food when you could just have watermelon and it would be just as good.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion. Man.
Stop quoting Big Lebowski.
I'm making fun of you, that's why.
Oh, go fuck yourself. You quoted Big Lebowski not even that long ago saying, have you heard of Vietnam?
On the podcast?
Not on the podcast, but in life.
Okay, but I don't need to make references to it on the podcast.
I made like one or two references on the podcast.
You have said that's just my opinion, man, on at least half of the episodes we've made.
You need to grow up, Colin. That's just not true. You need to grow up. And
I need to grow up.
You need to grow up.
A crazy statement, Mr. Kylo Ren enjoyer.
Mr. Deadpool enjoyer literally took someone else's mask and is wearing that. At least this was my own.
What are you talking about? That's someone else's mask too, Kylo Ren.
Well, I'm talking about you took it from someone in your family. This was gifted to me.
I didn't take it. I asked to borrow it.
Yeah, I think you probably stole it. But anyway, that fits in with your character.
What am I, a kleptomaniac?
Wouldn't surprise me. But anyway, you have okay. So we normally do top 5 lit. What do you have to say? You want to say it to my face?
No. I don't want to talk about that. I do not want to talk about that on the podcast.
Okay.
Anyway, top 5. Top 5 celebrities, dead or alive. Not really celebrities, but just like famous people, I guess, that you would replace. Now I'll go first with my top 5 because I know you are struggling with yours. So let me get to my list real quick here. Okay, so number 1, I think this is a dead giveaway, but Ryan Reynolds. If I could be as charismatic and as handsome and sexy as this man, I could die happy. Also, he's got a lot of money. Number 2, Weird Al. I feel like,
shouldn't that be my choice to pick? You went one, then I go one, right?
That I'll go first because I know you're struggling with yours.
No, I already have my list.
You said you didn't have a list.
I just made one in my head. All right, so number 1.
Go ahead, then.
So wait, are you going from the most you want to the least you want? Why the fuck are you... Okay, so number 1 for me would be Alex Pereira, UFC champion, because he's 6'4", he's really tall, and I want to be that tall, so that's why he's number 1 on my list.
Okay.
All right, number 2 for you?
All right, number 2 for me, Weird Al. I feel like I embody him on a regular basis. I'm very weird, and actually, there are a few times where I've not really come up with, but just had an idea for parodies of songs. Can't remember any of them currently, but yeah. And then also, I just look like him. You know, I've got well, I won't describe how I look, but I look like Weird Al. And funny thing is, I used to look a lot like Daniel Radcliffe when he was in the Harry Potter movies. And just a few years ago, he played Weird Al in his biopic. So like, I think I should just be Weird Al at this point.
All right, my number two is Alex Pereira again. He is I believe he's a two-time Glory Kickboxing World Champion. He's extremely good at kickboxing. I don't really have any interest in kickboxing, but like it'd be cool to say I could kickbox. So that's my number two, Alex Pereira, because he's a great kickboxer. So
All right. Number three, Teddy Roosevelt.
you are
Probably the
no
only.
fucking Teddy Roosevelt. He is a man's man, dude. You are not as
Okay,
cool as him.
this is a list of people I wish I could replace. This doesn't necessarily have to be people that I could
You're right.
replace.
You're right.
Okay.
I'm mistaken. My bad. I apologize.
Yes. Teddy Roosevelt. Also, I don't want to hear anything from you when you said Alex Pereira twice already.
That's a good point, but still,
All right.
okay. That's a
Teddy
good point.
Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt. This, like you said, he's a true man's man. I strive to be like Teddy Roosevelt, and he's probably one of the few presidents that didn't have anything against him.
Wasn't he
Also,
kind of
he,
racist though?
anyway, so he there was one time where he was doing a speech and he got shot somewhere in the chest, I think, and then he just kept going with the speech. Insane. So I strive to be like him.
Okay.
For
My
the
number
racist part.
three is UFC champion Alex Pereira. He got to beat up Israel Adesanya. I am not an Adesanya fan because Adesanya, he is an anime fanboy, and also he molests his dog. So that was, yeah, he I don't like him.
What?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a video of him jerking off his dog. So yeah, I don't like him, and I wish I had the opportunity to punch him, but I can't because he would literally kill me. So I want to be
Well,
Alex Pereira, so like I could have said, I punch him in the face.
your first two, but I like your number three.
Okay, thank
That's a good pick.
Okay, thank you. All right, what's your number four, Colin?
My number four, Neil deGrasse Tyson, for a few different reasons. Number one, he is like kind of the biggest well actually guy on the planet, and I love that. His pettiness is astounding to me. I would love to be able to go to any conversation and be like, well, actually, and then talk about the stars for 40 minutes. But number two, he's also incredibly smart. He knows like everything about space, which is great. Also, he's just super famous and somehow still relevant. So that's great too.
Yeah, I mean, I find it funny because like I was gonna say he's really annoying and I don't really like him, but then that's one of your reasons for wanting to be him. So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I respect that. Number four on my list is UFC champion Alex Poatan Pereira. I mean, he's just a fucking hot guy. He's handsome. He's got great tattoos. I mean, no homo. He's fucking hot. Like,
Everything you're not.
yeah, exactly. I never.
No, no, no.
No,
Continue,
I
continue.
can't say that on the podcast. It sounds kind
Oh,
of gay,
really?
but it's okay. Anyway, what's your number five, Colin?
My number five, you might hate me for this one, but Elon Musk. Now, I have a
Oh,
really
come
good reason.
fuck
No, no, no,
off.
no, no,
Oh,
no, no,
fuck
no, no,
off.
no. I have a good reason for this. I want to replace Elon Musk Cybertruck. I want to utterly ruin his company while also actually doing things to help people. Like give my money away to everyone. I want to utterly ruin him. He's kind of already doing that himself, but I want to give people money and actually help the planet instead of put out Samsung fridges onto the streets.
Yeah. Okay, I respect that.
Yeah.
I hate Elon.
And then when I'm done, just bite the bullet, basically.
Yeah, okay, I respect that. I hate the
Also, never changing Twitter's name. I would keep it Twitter.
Okay. I hate Elon Musk and I hate the Cybertruck too. It's just so like the Cybertruck is just. I hear it's riddled with issues and.
Oh yeah, it's got tons of issues.
Like the frunk of it, it will cut your fingers off. Well, it used to immediately cut your fingers off after if you put your finger there when it was closing. Now it gives you like a 3 strike you're out rule. If you have your finger there and it closes, it will like all right, and then it does it again, and it says all right, and then it does it again. But like on the 4th or 3rd try, it will just close on your finger no matter what. So
wouldn't the third strike then be when it closes? Because that's how it works in baseball.
well, I just used 3 strikes you're out as like a joke. I didn't know if it was actually 3.
No, because 1 strike you're okay, 2 strikes you're okay, 3 strikes you're out.
Well, not
therefore
everyone's
you
a
would lose your
fucking
fingers on the
baseball nerd,
3rd strike.
Colin. It could have been the 4th strike. I can't fucking
Just
remember.
a simple piece of language. 3 strikes you're out. That's
okay, and I said that, but I can't remember if it's actually 3 strikes then you're out or not, Colin. I believe that it is. From what I remember, it's
I'm
like
pretty sure that's probably the one good thing about the card, because if you put your fingers in front of any other hood, I think you would lose them on the first try.
not all. Well, I guess I don't know, but I don't think all cars would like actually cut your finger off because this one's like stainless steel. I don't know though.
But yeah, like it's apparently bulletproof, but people tested it. It's not bulletproof. And then
And why the fuck do you need a bulletproof car unless you're driving through like Tijuana, Mexico or something? You don't really need a bulletproof.
I mean, I wouldn't mind having a bulletproof car. It's a lot better than not having one, I think.
True.
But for that price tag, absolutely not. And for the look of it, terrible.
Yeah.
But
so you want to
whatever.
hear my number 5 is UFC double champ Alex Pereira. He's double champ middleweight and light heavyweight. I think he could even go to heavyweight, but I don't know. That remains to be seen. He's one of the best strikers in the UFC, if not of all time. Just overall great champion. He seems like a solid dude in real life. That's my top 5 list. I'm very happy about it. Your list was okay. Could have been better. I didn't really care for some of your picks. I didn't really care for it at all, really. I think you kind of had an attitude throughout the entire thing and gave me some...
You agreed with me on, like, almost all of them.
Yeah, but I didn't like... Maybe I just didn't like the lister, and I liked the list. Maybe that's my issue. So...
Fair enough.
So, I think this about wraps up this week's episode.
Really?
Huh?
I said really?
Well, I mean, I kind of got to go soon.
I mean, we've only been on for like 40 minutes.
Yeah, but I got to leave in like 20 minutes.
Well, that's kind of not really your... Well, it is your fault because you've been... Why can't I go back to the thing? Hold on, I'm having technical difficulties. Doing a memento.
And that isn't my fault at all. Because, well, yesterday's cancellation was my fault, but I was also extremely sleep deprived. Like, I was having trouble reading.
Hey, Jay, I woke up 10 minutes before we started this podcast.
Yeah, after a full night's rest.
Hear it.
After a full night's rest. Yesterday I got like 3 hours of sleep before. So I don't want to hear it. Secondly, if you would have been up earlier today like I was, we could have recorded this hours ago.
I think you should have been able to do it. Yes. I can't get back onto the call. Like, I can't get back to it. Okay, whatever. I'll just say like this. Can you still see me like this?
Unfortunately, I can still see you.
Okay, good.
So this is gonna have to be a shorter episode because I got some busy things I have to do.
You're so busy man, all the time.
I'm not busy. I'm practically busy never, Colin. I can't help that I was sleep deprived yesterday.
I don't even know why you cut out Wednesday. I feel like we could have done it Wednesday, but no, sir.
Wednesday, I saw my girlfriend or something. I was doing something Wednesday.
Or something is crazy.
I can't remember if I... Hold on.
How am I the one that lost the relationship?
I'm trying to remember... What the fuck was Wednesday? Yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday I saw hers, and like... I guess that's not an excuse because I had like hours beforehand where I could have recorded it, but we didn't, so I don't know.
I mean, I probably couldn't have been able to, but that gives you no excuse.
Okay. So you're turning this around and putting it on me when you probably couldn't have been able to either, and I don't want to stop fucking yo-yoing.
So also, I wanted to play Fortnite yesterday, and you were too busy apparently, and never texted me back,
I wasn't. I said I'd let you know if I got on, and I never got on
just
because
like
I was
everyone
fucking
else.
tired.
You know, AJ, I'm tired of getting ghosted so much lately. It's
Oh,
getting on my nerves.
ghost! Oh my god, that is rich. I never ghost you, God. I was fucking exhausted.
You're not the only person I talk to, AJ. Well, talk, shut up.
Exactly. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you know, what was I gonna? I can't even fucking remember what I was gonna say, but I was literally
Yeah,
like
because
a
you're too
zombie
stupid.
yesterday. I was so tired, and like the idea of playing video games was just nauseating to me. And I don't have to explain myself to you, Mister.
Okay, that's a little weird. Called me Mister like
You
that,
called me,
but
you called me sir earlier.
yeah, that's a respectful thing to do. I thought I was being nice, but apparently I was annoying you or whatever.
Unbelievable. So anyway, I'm happy to be back on the podcast. I've missed recording. It was nice recording today. So yeah, hopefully next week we'll be able to record on Thursday, like we normally do. But yeah, next week we should have another. Huh?
What?
Next week we should have another episode out and ready to go. But yeah, we'll see you. This has been AJ, and that is Colin, I guess. So
That? Well,
that. So we will see you next time.
or we won't.